tornado launcher there, getting in there with the big guns. And they've taken the lead
as well. And based on the previous performance, we saw C.O.Z go 7-11, and yet the team had won. So what does the victory really boil down to? I mean, we can see the difference was literally by 6 points. Team NATO won by 200 to 194, and that was when victory shone. Now, C.O.Z was really going in for those captures, playing the objective, but the game was a little too close. And it seemed like Pax Armata were delivering a lot more because we saw the amount of deaths and the tolls. And we also saw that there were some really high-performing players across Team NATO as a whole, which could have helped in carrying, in clearing the space. Lots of kill trades going on and stuff, in clearing the space for her to do this. So her performance was subpar, all in all. But to actually see how she done and how she done in comparison to a team, and how the enemy team done in comparison to the winning team, to really see what this victory boils down to, we're going to have to look at the data. So we've done some quick time analysis on Excel. The data collection process involved taking the screenshot and how she done in comparison to a team, and how the enemy team done in comparison to the winning team, to really see what this victory boils down to. We're going to have to look at the data. So we've done some quick time analysis on Excel. The data collection process involved taking the screenshot, as there was no way to automate it, and essentially tabulating all of the kills and deaths. KD ratio would be calculated excluding assists, as assists would have its own statistic called average statistic. The average KD was calculated for the teams, as well as the average score for analysis, and the average amount of captures, meaning objective time, as well as the average number of assists, and the same done for the other team too. And to really drill down as to what was it? What was the key to this win? Liberation pass over here. If we look at what we have calculated, we've got a table over here. As you can see, very lovely. After this process was performed, we have Liberation Peak Game 1, and we've done some preliminary analysis, so that when the analysis comes out for the new game that we're about to cast, we're going to be able to see how much of an improvement, or well, depending on how it goes, how much of a downgrade this match win was as compared to the last. But going forward from here, we can see that Team NATO had an average team KD ratio of 2.77. So they're scoring more on the higher side too. This is good. It's a good KD ratio to have overall across the team. The average score was 2,883.75. This is quite a high score as well. It meant that the team was essentially gaining experience through all of their actions, always not just kills. Or assists. It also boils down to other factors too. But the real key feature over here would be the captures. Captures are really important. The average captures across the whole team was 3, and the average assists were 3. Now, if we look at C.O.Z's KD, she was the second to last lowest performer, with the lowest performer being player 8, having a KD of 0.14. Highlighted in red here shows you 0.64. So she wasn't doing very well in terms of KD at all. But however, notice she had the highest amount of captures, which really shows that Battlefield 6 victories are always down to the objective. Yes, it is much better to have a positive KD, and that's room for improvement on C.O.Z's part. You can clearly see she was being carried by her team, but as a result of being carried and having really high performing players with a positive KD, she was able to focus on the objective. If we have players balanced across the whole team, focusing on objective, that is what causes a victory too. But we'll have to see what that boiled down to. If we look in comparison, if we look at Pax Armata's stats, we can see that they had a much lower KD, which obviously, as a result, messed up the game for them. But still, they were able to put up quite a good fight. Why was that? Because their overall number of assists was higher, so there was better team play across Pax Armata as well, and they missed by just 1 capture, so that's why it was really close. They still seem to be throwing themselves on the objective despite having a lower KD, but we can clearly see that Team NATO was the winner over here as well. So what does that tell us? That tells us that it was a clear win on C.O.Z's team's part, or Team NATO, as they scored a higher KD and also just about managed to win in terms of captures. However, the difference was really small. There was only 1 difference between the average captures to the enemy teams, which was 2. So what that suggests is that C.O.Z's team needed to play more defensive. They were being really aggressive. They were getting the kills, Not C.O.Z alone herself. She was pretty much being carried by a team. So we look at her performance later. But her number of captures was good, so she was getting time to focus on the objective. Because they should have tried to maintain a more defensive position and held their points. They needed to balance things out more. Because if we look at Pax Almata's stats, they were still doing better in terms of team play, even though their overall score was lower. The fact that they managed to, with that big KD difference as well, still just about lose the objective and just about manage to give C.O.Z's team a run for the money. They really need to develop their gameplay and play a little bit more defensively, a little bit more objectively, in order to get a greater point difference and basically secure that win, because the kills were being dished out, slightly less team play, so it means that there were a lot of it could be inferred from the stats or even a correlation. Yeah, it could be inferred that basically there was a lot of solo killing going on, lots of kills being racked up, but they weren't holding the points because there was less assist on C.O.Z's team too. So yeah, this is something that they could. Now, if we look at C.O.Z's individual stats, 0.64, 7 to 11, 0.64 being her KD ratio is really low. So she scored quite high on the captures. We could see she was doing objective gameplay, and then based on the stats calculated as well, she was dying a lot more than she was killing and putting a lot of pressure on her teammates as well. And so you have to be at least maintaining a KD of 1 in order to be significantly contributing to your team. You don't have to have a high one, but you are better off getting a higher KD, and so that could be an improvement on her part. But now we're going to be going back to Liberation Pass, once more Iron Pass, where I'll be casting a new game. Will C.O.Z be able to get a positive KD as well as play to the amazing objective level we've seen her, and will her team be able to secure a victory, or will the tables turn? Let's have it over here right now on the matches start. 2-3 and straight into the match here right now. A being captured currently by the enemy, C under hold B, still not, but yet the stats really do show a great opening kill there. The stats really do show it. She went 0.64. We know she was underperforming. She needs to be able to deliver positive, as well as staying on the objective to take the pressure off her teammates. Solo plays still contribute. Despite it being a team game, you do need to be performing exceptionally well. And what a start, because it looks like C.O.Z has taken on the criticism pretty well. She's taken on taking down another enemy right there and recapturing B. A great nade throw there, very tactical, taking cover now. About to fighting for B now, teammates on the flank, but a good clear out over there, capturing B. Switch to the grenade launcher, looking around. So far, A and B captured by enemies. Took score 23-11. Great start, but oh no, it looks like technical difficulties. Her controller just disconnected. You don't want that happening. That's a nightmare. Failed kill there, but still at the top of the leaderboard. But shot down by a sniper, and we've seen how Iron Pass can be used for snipers sitting on the edge as well. Even though snipers are more ideal on bigger maps, long range maps for long range kills, it seems that their snipers right within the center of normally where B is spawned, right near where the cars are. There's always a lot of snipers there, taking out some of the enemies there, recapturing C, but under a lot of pressure, taking a lot of damage there. Healed up again. Really good cover play of muzzle flash. Team working together. This is the kind of stuff we want to see. All the team on the same point. Team kills there, assists. This is what I am talking about. Their overall score was higher within the last games, but they weren't getting enough assists. And this is the kind of gameplay we need to see. Them always crowding together. The team regrouping again. B. C, the enemy is on another advance, very close. 47 but 32. Enemy is catching up. She's gone around the back route, but she is going to regroup with her team. Sometimes it is about solo play. She's playing down the back. Another fantastic kill there. And scanning C. They're not moving in alone. She knows her teammates are coming up there. Again, she's camping under the truck over here, making sure that she doesn't get caught within the sniper's sights. This is the thing, though. If the snipers are going to camp around there, then you need to reverse camp. It's smart, strategic, taking cover, but oh, still taken out by a pesky enemy inside the house there. Some nice move, nice place for the enemy, though. That was clever. As I said, they're waiting, they're intercepting. First the sniper, and now that. Playing assault class once more with a few additional changes to her current setup to get in for a more powerful assault rifle. And assault rifles played right and assault class played right really control the map. With domination, they actually work exceptionally well. Plus the assault class's heal ability, which makes it good to definitely get out of tricky engagements. She's waiting over here. She's literally mimicking her enemy. You saw her enemy camping in the building before. She's got up there. It is not dirty to play campy. You have to reverse against the enemy, and a great kill there. Shrapnel exploding. The battlefield is always chaotic. Nice use of the grenade launcher there for suppression, but not really adding to much. Tries to switch to the secondary, and it's good to switch to the secondary too. She could have had that kill if the shot had registered a bit faster, but no, she failed on the twitch. Again, B being captured, 85-60. The enemy is closing in, but it seems to me that C.O.Z and her team are maintaining a slightly better control. You can see that they're recapturing every single capture that the enemy is making. They're staying on the points. We've seen a lot more cohesion between them. Team kills together, team rushing, team pushing. She's not always going off on alone on her alone to secure herself some old kins. You know, she is working with her team. We've got someone who's literally peaking 14-0, pretty much. We got a high-performing player there that overall balances out the total total kill death ratio of the team, if we exclude assists, based on the analysis from early on Iron Pass. But with that being said, she's still the highest performing player, perhaps a little less low skilled, but managing to somehow go positive. Looks like that might shift though, 110-71. This is looking like a great start. They need to keep this up, make sure they keep up this gameplay, and the enemy stands absolutely no chance. This is the momentum we are looking for. There's a really great difference between the C.O.Z team and the enemy team score. This is the kind of level of gameplay we're looking for. Swift, non-stop. There's no turns. Every time they try to go for it, they get them right back off there, tailing behind their teammate. It looks like she was going to go for the bathroom break. Oh, not quite. Hold it again. Nice flash there. And she's moved away and healing, letting her enemy push up. But then she's come in there with a sneaky grenade launcher. Not going to be able to find her mark. The grenade launchers are really good secondaries used in the meta. We can really see that. Snipers, the grenade launchers being used as secondaries, especially within squad team deathmatch. Another unlucky kill over there. Enemy catching up now, 90, 92. Looks like they're about to hit the hundreds. But will they be able to make their way towards the 150s possibly? I mean, they only need to get to 100. Another fantastic long-range kill there, attacking. This is good. They need to secure the points, and another kill using that strategic one there. She knew another enemy was coming in. Again, that's what I'm saying. Flanking, having two enemies going at once to secure the kill of another. Take down one, but then you get taken down too. So it really helped with the trade there. Healing on B, and it's another recapture. This is fantastic teamwork. Fantastic headshots coming in there as well. Obviously, headshots definitely get you those kills too. So she's really trying to aim from sight or aim from a long range. We can see she's got a little bit more of an advantage, long range or mid range, because she can really line up her shots. Saving her enemy over there as well. Low on ammo. Defending. Ooh, B is being contended, taken down by an enemy, but her streak isn't stopping. It seems like she is going positive. And considerably positive too. 146, 119. This level of aggression, these team kills, these team plays sticking together is the best way to win a domination game. And we're mixing it up with that grenade launcher as well. We can saw him mimic our enemies. Still getting taken out though. It is a little bit absolutely chaotic there. Second on the leaderboard. C.O.Z. The pace has slowed down a little bit slightly. We can see now that the enemy has caught up, 131, 154. So they need to be careful now. They need to be careful. We've seen games turn around. The last game was literally a turnaround despite the fact, excuse me with my tongue twister, despite the fact that Pax Armata, which is the team she's now currently on, were doing better. So we've switched them now. We know they're against Team NATO. She's Pax Armata. But if we say enemy team and winning team, her team which are winning, they have a slightly better difference. Okay, it's still a smaller one now. It's about 20. But we can really see what they are doing to keep the points, and that is they're moving between posts, switching to their secondaries. They're using grenade launchers to close those kills, to confirm those kills. They're not messing around purely with the assault rifle. We know that the enemy keeps trying to get more at range, but they're closing in, swarming the point. They keep coming back to it, plus the snipers and some of the campers and those strategically trying to get them inside the house. So she mimicked that. She got a background with that.
spots another enemy literally sitting in the house there. It seems to be a prevalent tactic. The enemy are not moving around enough. We can see them stay. We can see them sitting inside houses. We can see them sniping. Yes, they're managing to contend the point clearly. As you can see, since it is getting rather close now, the pressure is going up, but they're not adapting enough. We can see much great gameplay here. Another capture of B there. This is relentless. Trying to find that kill there, but not quiet. Going around. Victory is imminent. She switched to a secondary now. She definitely wants to close it in for a quicker kill, but it looks like the enemy disappeared. Again, holding B. C captured by the enemy. A is the only thing that the enemy has on them right now. Ooh, but taken down as she was trying to heal up back in there. Still alive somehow. Scanning the point. Another kill there. She has not only learned from her enemy, but adapted. But she's also playing with the team really well. She's going positive now. 2 over 10. Can she maybe get a few more kills in? I think that would just add to the bonus streak now, because it's looking like a win. 194. It's close, but definitely not as close as the last game too. You can see that the difference is there. We know it's going to be a narrow win, but definitely a much better win, as you can see with the overall performance of this team. 200 victory. What an amazing game that was. C.O.Z was not only going 14-11 as compared to a 7-11, it's a positive KD, but we could see that the team was working together not only to get those assists but those kills as well. And then when we saw the enemy, they were getting static. They were trying to take them down using snipers and hiding inside the houses. They kept contending the point. It reversed back on them. You saw in her gameplay, she learned. She saw, oh, I see you in a house, so I'll get into a house right now and I'll do the same thing, except they were moving around, more movement. That is key there. What a fantastic win. But of course, to really see how that amazing victory occurred, we need to dive into the data. So thank you for watching that play-by-play analysis by Miss C.O.Z.
The next stage of the process, it was setting up the tables of both the player team, C.O.Z's team, and the enemy's team for game 2 for further analysis. But instead of doing it on Excel, which is rather limited, we decided to take it to Power BI. Power BI is a data visualization software that allows you to create dashboards and high-end, high-performance reporting. Use it at work. We won't go into details of how to use it, but if you're interested to use it, there's so many resources on, yes, YouTube. You guessed it, YouTube has covered that as well. And so I essentially gathered the data together into a sort of, I gathered all 4 games, I put them in a table called a source file. It would be our data source for the dashboard, and I was then going to transfer and clean it to put it onto this software. So you'll see the dashboard that I created next, and that's what we're going to be using for analysis too. And obviously it makes it much more dynamic and stuff and visually prettier. So what I basically did is create this very simple dashboard. I do something similar at work. I'm a data analyst, so I create way longer projects. But yeah, just to get it all quick done to get analysis of game 1 and game 2. So as you can see on the left, you've got 2 tables that basically display the kills, assists, and deaths of both C.O.Z's team and the player enemy team for game 1, very similar to game 2 below as well. And then towards the right, we have the KD ratios. As calculated by average KD ratio, average number of assists. We also have the average number of captures on domination time on the objectives, and we also have the average score. And seen on that pie chart over there is basically the total. So a proportional breakdown of how each player basically contributes in terms of kill, and then you've got the percentages there as well. But there's something very similar at the bottom too. But what we're going to analyze over here is mainly, we can see straight away that in game 1, the overall KD was higher, kills and all that. If we look at game 2, we can see the overall average KDs are very similar. So 1.40 was C.O.Z's team, 1.30 was the KD that the enemy team performed. So very close in that number too. So they were both playing aggressively. The teams were quite well balanced as well. Much more balanced game overall than the last game too. However, if we now filter, as you can see these filters here, you can literally filter by player. The possibilities are endless. You can compare between players from same games, player stats from different games, player and enemies, both C.O.Z's team and player ones too. But in terms of the data analysis side, you can see that if we look now, as compared to 0.64 in game 2, she done really well. She actually managed to utilize the strategy. She got a KD of over 1 of 1.27. She also it seemed like managed to keep the same number of freaking captures that she did. So wow, she was keeping up with the objective gameplay and playing more aggressively and dying less too. So overall, she done really well. And then if we look at the percentage breakdown of her stats, we can see that as to the previous game, she pretty much had 6.9% of kills, of the total proportion, total sum of kills, but then that doubled. She's literally hit like 12.6, so almost 13%. So yeah, that's 7% to 13%. So yeah, she almost doubled in terms of her effectiveness and aggressive pushes there. So overall, she done really, really well in this game.